WGL Team League, $120,000 Rogue Warriors versus LP Club. The rematch of the Gold League finals in January. Their LP Club, with an incredible performance, took the lead over the big favorites. Will it be the revenge of TH, Infi, and Fly? We start with the 2-2, and it is probably the best 2-2 for both teams. We have in the north for LP Club, for Rogue Warriors, TH and Infi. Do you know who's playing Night Elf? I think Infi is playing Night Elf. And TH
yes,
all the other way. On the other side, for the Lao Pao Esports Club, we have XiaoKK in the pink, and we have Fortitude, the hero of the Gold League, in as the human race. So we have an Archmage. We have a Blade Master. Interesting. On Turtle Rock, usually we see the Farseer. On the other side, a Keeper of the Grove and an Archmage as well. The Brilliance Aura just too good to skip it. And then, is it rifle time? Is it hunt time? What is XiaoKK going to do? You talked about this in the earlier stages. There's a role in 2-2, the Space Creator. Without the Farseer, who's that supposed to be for LP Club? For Rogue Warriors, it's clearly the Keeper of the Grove.
Very interesting starting builds here already. It seems like TH and Infi have spent a bit of time planning. It was a power build on the altars, so it's the AM here for TH coming out earlier, and it's Militia creeping the Ancient of War. At the same time, the green for the AM, and that's almost a level 2 jumpstart right away. Did they mess it up a little bit, maybe? Did the Keeper soak up experience he wasn't supposed to? But this is tons of experience to the AM over here. He's almost level 2 already. Very specific opening here. Power builds on altars we basically never see anymore.
This looks very elaborated and very thought out by both teams so far. So we have an Archmage against Keeper lane, where the Keeper is supposed to be annoying and supposed to harass and deny level 3, pretty much. That's his role. And for Fortitude, it's not gonna be easy to skip that. He's under double trouble right now, as the Archmage is ditching his own levels pretty much and goes for the attack early on.
TH was trying to take out one peasant over here. That one peasant kill would have been level 2 for him. Even a Wisp came in to try to get that peasant kill, but didn't quite work out. First peasant death, the experience was denied here by Fortitude with the clause of attack. That is certainly helpful for the AM early. And so far, this quick level 2 Archmage from Rogue Warrior, the plan of getting it anyways, doesn't exactly seem to be working out, but the last hit from the Keeper gets the level 2, gets the aura, and now Rogue Warriors is back on track.
That's really big. What to do now? Oh, another deny by Fortitude. He seems to be in WGL mode right here. Third place in the solo competition, leading his team to victory in the team competition. And now he's stepping up his game again. At WCAA just 2 days ago, what would you say? How did he look? Was that a rising shape already? I mean, he was eliminated in the 4-player group stage.
A player's forces are under attack.
Definitely not at his best at the moment, I'd say. And also against Night Elf, really predictable. We heard that from Loliot before, and he seriously plays all the time the same style against Night Elf. But this is not going to be too relevant for our first game here. 2v2 is obviously completely different meta than 1v1 is. And, well, against Rogue Warriors at least, Night Elf shouldn't be of his concern. So, level 2 now finally. Reach for the AM as well. Stuck in a bad position here is Fortitude, kind of. But XiaoKK is always around, ready to bail out his buddy. We don't have much creeping here at all. Level 2 acquired, yes. But imagine, level 3... going to take a long time here to reach. Turtle Rock is historically an aggressive map. And yeah, this is exactly what the two teams are delivering here. Hitting, trading, skirmishing at all times. And tier 2 tech coming in soon. I am pretty damn sure we're going to see absolutely no tier 3 in this game.
Yeah, I would be very surprised about that as well. XiaoKK with another backstab on this Archmage, but there's Boots of Speed and even the Cloak of Shadows, so he can easily survive. You really don't want to lose the town portal early. Maybe that is what LP Club is trying to do at the moment. Keeper a little bit out of position. He has a TP as well. Nothing else though. 3 hunts are coming in for TH and Infi. They gotta be very careful with this Archmage. Footmen are starting to lose HP. no one is really level 3, right? Not even, like, these two heroes, of course, not even close. Speed scroll. Oh! The Cloak of Shadows, ladies and gentlemen. 8 HP on the Keeper. The Bouncing Glaives won't hit, of course. Archmage, is it double TP? There is almost no mana on this blade. Soon to be a Windwalk. Rogue Warriors have to retreat.
Yeah, everything a little too damaged here, but I guess they did what they came here to accomplish, found a few kills, and they're like creeping for a long time. Alchemist!
Wow.
Okay, I guess with Heal Spray, it is not necessarily time to go back yet. Insane pressure by the Rogue Warriors.
Yeah.
Just staying in this.
Won't let them
retreat.
unfold. We have Fortitude with the first 2 rifles, and that's the hard counter to Huntress. That's their job. Buy space, buy time, and then die. XiaoKK's grunts kind of the same job. Nice cancel on the heal wave. Very high level of play so far. And another peasant dies. But if peasants die, I think it's kind of okay.
In finally comes the Shadowhunter, and with Hex, the paradigm shifts now, because now much more hero kill potential should be on the LP side. Going for the Keeper right away. Heal Spray not doing enough to keep him alive.
That's a TP.
Bloodmage second with Siphon is starting to drain the mana over here, so that's the second Hex. Shadowhunter got off 2 Hexes, but now seems to be dry. Keeper died, yes, but on level 1 he's going to be back soon, but also now comes in the MK. And with Stormbolt as well, this could be more kills.
Hammer time. We have 1 hunt falling already. Blade Master gotta be careful. Has no Windwalk anymore. How to get out? No, you don't. And the Blood Mage falls as well. Slobber Knocker on the right-hand side of Turtle Rock. No mana on the Shadow Hunter anymore, but there's 1 more Stormbolt. Will this result in a kill? I think LP Club doesn't want to overextend. Marching forward, though. Careful, slow, and steady.
A player's forces are under attack.
And they get another Footman kill right here. That was a brilliant engagement. RW staying a little too long and getting punished by the double disable of Mountain King and Shadowhunter.
Yeah, exactly. I guess they thought with Heal Spray and Siphon coming in on their tier 2 that they could hold their ground better, but that was just a miscalculation, I guess. And with that, the shop goes to LP. With that, also a heal scroll should be going to them. Oh, they don't go for the heal scroll, surprisingly. It is ready.
Ooh.
Big creep.
Yeah, big heal ward. But they have to disengage again, and that's a priest kill. Pretty big. Level 2 for the Mountain King right away. Archmage is level 3. Fortitude is just playing so great. Uh-oh, another ensnare on this Huntress. Blood Mage is back. Keeper is back as well. But man, LP is just getting kill after kill after kill.
Exactly. The Hex, Stomp, and then Snare just picking off more and more units. LP lost some units. They lost the Blade Master also, yes. But honestly, pretty few losses. And guess what? My prediction was absolutely off point, because we see Infi going tier 3. He's trying to get to MGs, but boy, that seems pretty greedy, because there's a push right outside his doorstep.
Oh, and how do you get to MGs when you don't have a shop? Answer is, you don't, because the tech tree is blocked. We go for the Alchemist, who has a big healing staff out as well. Arcane Volt up, and now it's time to pressure RW's main base. With rifles, that's easy to do. Grunts, the XiaoKK has even more disable with this 1 Raider, but the rest is just grunts, because they're so cost effective when it comes to tankiness. So much HP, decent armor as well, and kinda cheap surround on the Alchemist. This is definitely the greater healing. Saves the Rifleman out of range here. Mountain Giant maybe with a taunt, but no. This Alchemist falls again. Trying to detonate here to get rid of all the mana. But it just seems impossible to hold for now. One
Single
MG.
MG, how much can that really do, along with Orb of Venom? Level 1 Keeper only, another lore is gonna fall. A bear comes out, but bears in 2v2 never have been the greatest. And the rifles for Fortitude on the bottom side, they have a great time fighting against these casters.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, what are they supposed to do? They can't do anything without blockers. Towers coming out. I love this early shot by Fortitude. Even the Mountain Giant falls. Grunts against them have good damage, of course, with the normal damage. Now the casters are in. TPing behind these 2 Moonwells. Alchemist is back as well. They have the best fortification possible, pretty much. But can they hold this?
Shop in the towers, man. This looks like a contain that cannot be broken. Warcraft are trying to. Siphon coming in over and over. One bear in the north survives for surprisingly long, but not forever. Will be falling now. Level 3 for the Shadow Hunter. So much healing from that heal wave. Backed up by the Brilliance Aura, of course, as well as the shop. Clarity running all the time. LP's 2-on-2 once again looking insanely strong.
They can't lose 2-on-2s. It's unbelievable. XiaoKK, you asked this in the pre-game chat, like, will the nerves get to him? He's not that experienced in the high-level competition. But if he has Fortitude by his side, everything is fine. Even if you face multiple-time world champions, two of the greatest this game has ever seen in TH and Infi. But the dirtiest player in the game does it again.
Yeah, pressuring this base here more and more, all the Moonwells falling. The tier 3 didn't come online. Infi's army never really became a factor. What did he have? One bear, one MG. That is not enough to contest a scary tier 2 army like this. Oh, AM, very far forward. He was gonna die. GG is called. That's the 1-0 for LP.
God damn, well done by LP Club. Holding on against this ultra aggression for minutes against a keeper. That's so hard to do. That's so hard to do. I'm so impressed that they were able to do this.
Yeah, I was worried when I saw the opening heroes that the Blade Master was going to fall off heavily, which is kind of what we're used to seeing in 1v1, but it turns out that it wasn't even his role. His role wasn't to secure the late game. His role was just to stabilize the early, and then the rifles really took off. And I guess that's the thing, playing 2v2 as Night Elf, whether you go bears or hunts or dryads, it's all pretty awful against the enemy rifles, right?
Yeah.
So you want to go MGs, but as we saw, the tech transition is so long, there's absolutely a window to punish that.
You need to get something done early. Like, this is your win condition. You have to get an advantage. You have to delay rifles. You have to delay the enemy heroes. And that just didn't happen. Yes, there were a couple of losses here and there, but nothing overwhelming. So, yeah, fascinated by how well they held this.
So that's LP getting the first point, getting the lead. 3 points in a clan war gets you the win. And LP have the first. The way this counter pick format works, by the way, is the losing team of the last match/map now have the choice to pick the map for the next one. We're going to have a 1v1 coming up next. Rogue Warriors can choose the map, and then each team can seed a player specifically onto this. So here comes the mind game. First, Rogue Warrior picks the map, and then you have to guess who your enemy team is going to be seeding on that map.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, in this clan war, there's no weak player. I'm pretty sure the one-on-one lineup for LP is Fortitude, Focus, Colorful. If XiaoKK plays a one-on-one, yeah, that would baffle me quite a bit. Rogue Warriors, of course, have only 3 players. So what map do you feel most comfortable on? Thing is, will TH and Infi both play human? Will they off-race? Will one of them play Night Elf all the way? It's super hard to predict for LP. Like, LP is kind of predictable, but Rogue Warriors isn't.
Yeah, which is interesting, right? When you look at Rogue Warriors lineup, it's 3 players only, and it looks like it's only 2 races represented. So it looks at first glance like you should know exactly what's coming, and it should be super easy to predict what your opponent team is going to be doing. But Infi and TH are the anomaly. They are really good with Night Elf, both. We have seen Infi play really well with Orc. Also, we've even seen them off-race as Undead, however, extremely, extremely rarely.
All right.
So, yeah, it's a lot more complicated than it seems at the first glance.
Definitely. So this was the 2-on-2. This was the lead for the Lao Pao Esports Club. They seem undefeatable in 2-on-2. Well, Dust took the 2-on-2 up of them, but if it's about Asian competition, then no one seems to be able to take maps off of them, especially the Fortitude and XiaoKK combo. That was their best, though. Later tonight, we're gonna have probably another 2-on-2 if there's no 3-0, which would be a surreal surprise to start this league off. And then Fortitude and Focus. They experimented with Colorful as well, but that was the late stage of the qualifier, so maybe we shouldn't take this too serious. What's the second 2-on-2 for Rogue Warriors, though? Is it Fly Infi or is it Fly TH?
And is it Orc Human or Orc Night Elf?
Yes. That's the question, I guess. I mean, TH was playing with Fly, or both of them played with Fly quite a bit earlier this year. This is going to be really interesting. It was then Infi playing Human, though, but maybe they feel more comfortable with the Night Elf combo. I don't know. It's really tough to say. And our next map is Northern Isles.
So does that tell us anything? Like when you see Northern Isles as the map choice, do you know what your opponent is going to do? Do you know what you're going to have to seed? Some maps we know are despised by certain races. For example, Human hates Twisted, Undead hates Terranas. I feel like Orc especially is a race who rarely really has big issues with maps. And that can be exploited by both Fly playing as Orc, Focus, or even XiaoKK playing as Orc. You could seed kind of anywhere. Northern Isles, we see Orc versus Human all the time, for example. Also Orc versus Night Elf. So the players are going to be joining in a moment. Interested to see who you pick here.
We'll see it in a bit. Feels like Northern Isles, most races are kind of comfortable on it as well.
Yeah.
It's just one of these maps we see in almost every matchup. So, will we see Fly? I'm so impressed with Fly, by the way. He's my player to look for these weeks. Like, what he did at WCAA was surreal.
Yeah, I saw those results, and I was like, what? He took it in first place over Lin and 1-2-0?
Yeah. So,
it's crazy.
The results are already impressive. But the games, the way he played the Blade Master, I think it was a Last Refuge game, and his opponent was creeping the bottom red, and he stole 4 creeps and the item. That was just unbelievable. That was so unbelievable. But yeah, Fly, my player to look out for. And we'll see what the next one-on-one is. Players are in. We have Focus for the Lao Pao Esports Club. And if I'm right, this is Infi.
Okay. I was expecting Focus to be reserved for the later maps because, you know, the later we go in the maps, the more obscure they might get. And Orc, normally you can see it anywhere.
I think this is a double mind game thing, a little. Usually, Colorful and Fly were always the 2 players to seed first, but I think Rogue Warriors don't want to play Orc versus Night Elf, or Orc versus Colorful because Night Elf is so strong against Orc. So both are seeding something different. Quite cool.
Yeah, you might be onto something there. Especially on Northern Isles, Orc versus Night Elf, which again, Colorful is good at, has been turning a lot into run-by playstyles, which Orcs have been having great trouble in dealing with. So to prevent that, Rogue Warriors perhaps choosing Human here to be played, and LP reacting with Focus, and with that a Farseer play. And especially on Northern Isles, we have seen the Farseer early contain really slow down the AM extremely effectively. This is going to be an outstanding Human versus Orc.
Yes. Thank you very much for the subs that are coming in, by the way. Bolle for 16 months, Setter for 8 months, Thronist with a tier 2 sub. This is very wonderful. Thank you. And Woggle Goggle for the 2-month free sub. Much love to you guys. We continue with our second match in this clan war in LP Club versus Rogue Warriors. Lao Pao took the lead with Fortitude and XiaoKK in the 2-on-2 over TH and Infi, and Infi is the next one to play. This time not as Night Elf, this time as Human, and Focus is stepping in the ring for the very first time. An age-old battle between the two. These have faced each other in the 2000s, in the late 2000s, granted, and they faced each other on Northern Isles. Let's see if we can take a glimpse into their living rooms. Infi is destined to win a map, I feel. Otherwise, like, winning the second 2-on-2 is kind of rolling the dice. I don't know. You have to rely on this, if you ask me. And Infi is certainly the favorite as well. As so often, you can, of course, kind of rely on TH's strength. Doesn't really matter who he faces. But what if TH is in a human mirror against Fortitude? Then it's kind of 50-50. What if Fly is up against Colorful? You can't rely on that because Colorful is so goddamn good against Orcs. So I feel a lot of pressure on Infi already.
Yeah, if the Rogue Warriors were to go down here 0-2 at the beginning of this clan war, would be quite the surprise and would be only one step away from the loss. So yeah, absolutely. Infi is relied on here to carry game 2 and to make this a close clan war after the first 2 maps. Focus starts off with the Farseer. This is going to be a fast tech. This is always what we see pretty much from Orc nowadays. Designed to quickly get to tier 2, get the TC out, get levels on him. Where Farseer is very aggressive early on and can be very effective on level 1. The downside, the trade-off of the hero is he's a lot weaker later in the game, even on high levels. Normally he doesn't do that much because of his wolves getting dispelled or even stolen with spellbreakers. But it's the TC who takes over later in the mid-game who really secures the late for the Orc.
Yeah, it's the battle of the second heroes, most likely. This is gonna be Mountain King versus TC. Who has the better disable? Who gets a little bit of experience early on? The Farseer, it doesn't really matter. If he gets level 2 or not, is really not the biggest of deals. But the Archmage needs it. He needs Aura. And for the mid game, he kind of needs level 2 Water Elementals as well. So Infi immediately under pressure, but if there's one player who can play around the Farseer, then it's definitely Infi. His last hits, his denies are top-notch in the world. And this is what you need to win this matchup.
Interesting early here by Infi. He splits off his forces. AM runs across the map to the green on the other side. And the footies stayed on his side to take out the green there. And one of the Murlocs is taken out already. AM now almost level 2. This is the job for the Farseer early on. Stop leveling of the AM. If you can prevent level 2, that's outstanding. But you must prevent level 3. Otherwise, level 2 Watch Elementals are too much of a hassle to deal with in the early mid game. So, this little Murloc here, this little Huntsman, is a big deal and must not be allowed, or is trying not to be allowed to be taken here by Focus.
Yeah, Farseer still 0 experience, but Archmage no level 2, no Brilliance Aura, no Mana Regen, and those are the last 2 Water Elementals. This one is about to expire. Can he last hit this Huntsman? No! That's level 2 finally for Infi, so target acquired Frog Block, as we see so often recently. Tier 2 by Focus. Almost done. And what's the build? We have an early Warmill coming up at 60% already in the base. And oh, Focus with the Grunt surrounded. Oh, trying to fight out, but impossible. Infi is getting his hurt footman away, so big wins for the Chinese.
Yeah, absolutely. The Murloc Huntsman, we see it over and over. Kept alive for a little bit, throws the ensnare, and then comes the encirclement, comes the surround and the kill. There's also more experience to this AM. Not very close to level 3, but starting to get there, slowly but surely. Across the map, one footy dies, but this Murloc camp now, with no grunts around, should also be going to the human, I guess.
I agree, but it's also about time. Tier 2 is finished, he has that tech advantage due to the Farseer build, due to the late grunts. So what can he do with his early reinforcements, with his TC? Oh, last hit is big. Infi gets it. Again, as I said, his last hits. How he plays around situations like this. How he's able to deny his own units. Close to none in the world. So what's Focus's build? It's a Bestiary for early Coda. It's kind of the Lin build.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what Lin was playing all the time at WGL. Where he won the World Championship. But back then, nobody really played rifles. Everyone was playing breakers. And since then, we've kind of questioned, is that what you want to go for anymore? But guess what? Taking a look at the base of Infi, he's going into double Sanctum. So he is going to be going into breakers indeed, and will not be going rifles unlike most humans out there at the moment.
Good
Player's forces are
read
under
by
attack.
Focus. I guess this must be experience from ladder, because that's the thing, I think, with TH and Infi these days. They were super unpredictable before. Now that we don't even see them in most of the highest tournaments anymore, how do you prepare against them? You don't know what they are tinkering in their living rooms. If
Yeah,
that's
seems
a
to-
gamble, man, that's a really good one for Focus.
I mean, it's not like Kodos are completely useless against Windriders with Speed Scroll, Stomp, Devour against Rifles and so on. It can still be decent, but normally also comes with a bit of a risk, as if they get Stormbolt and focused, Kodos do die pretty quickly. So what is the reason? Why is Infi, unlike almost every other human, not going Rifles?
Well, maybe he's of the opinion that he can dodge the Kodo Devour, and then what does a Kodo really do if it can't eat?
Dude, he's going for a quick counter expansion. This is something I've been wondering for a long time. Is this viable? Can this be playable? Because Orc with his Farseer TC style always wants to expand on tier 2. Humans for the most part have been trying to pressure this. And it looked like perhaps there was an expansion coming up, but actually, no, the peasants retreat.
But here comes Infi with the Stormbolt first Shaman taken out. That's a lot less Purge. Archmage in trouble though. We do have Storm ready. The block of the Mountain King by Infi. Purge comes in. Stormbolt to disable the Chieftain. This is 100% anti-TC play by Infi, and it's paying off so far. Stomp on the Mountain King, but that was not the target he was looking for. He's getting the Priest in the end. Okay, we do get the super strong clap, but now mana's empty.
Yeah, this is normally always when it's time for the Orc to retreat. When you don't have any more mana, it's tough to fight, whereas the human with priests has great sustain and can hang in there, especially once sorceresses come into the mix, which we don't have yet.
Did he eat
And
something?
also-
Yes, the Null Warden, interestingly. He ate a creep, so he will get something out of this. It's just a tower by both players. Getting ready for an expansion, but
forces
not
are under
establishing it
attack.
yet. They are of the opinion that they need more time. They can't do it right now, otherwise they will be pushed. And I think that's a wise choice.
Breakers coming in pretty early here, right? It's 2 priests into Breakers, 0 Sorks.
Yeah.
Very interesting. They're normally slow, especially when there's no walkers, seems to be so strong.
If he has
Stomp
Militia
once
in
again.
this, getting stomped again. Here's the clap in the back, trying to reach the casters with 1 Wyvern in the air for extra damage. Also trying to get the casters. This is a wild microfight. Who's
So
getting
far,
the
Infi is keeping the Breakers at arm's length very, very well. Kodos haven't gotten a Devour off yet. Oh, last second dodge once again. These Kodos are supposed to eat the Breakers or eat anything of the human, but they get nothing into their stomachs. Only a single creep so far has been devoured, and that's the rest of the middle now. Going to Infi.
I'm pretty proud that my prediction pays off. Like, Infi just dodges pretty much every single Devour. And then Kodos are essentially useless, except the little bit of damage
A player's forces
that you
are
get
under
from the
attack.
command aura. How long can he keep this up? With rising number of breakers, of course, there's rising number of targets, and every single Devour pretty much steals a breaker off of your army. We get a Griffin Aviary with the Dragonhawk counter to the Wyvern. Question is, how heavy will focus go on that Wyvern? He's transitioning into Raiders now, so it feels like he's always one step ahead so far. Expo coming up, 60%. Infi counter expansion.
Yeah, satisfied with what happened in the mid-game, in the middle of the map. Could claim 2 big items there. I'm very surprised not selling the Skirt Bone Chimes. I imagine he will at some point. And with the power build, yeah, your expansion is more expensive. That's true, but it's going to be finishing at pretty much the same time as the Orcs is.
Yeah.
So, you know, many matchups in Warcraft have evolved into 2-base versus 2-base play. This matchup was like the single one, or one of the few ones, I should say, where players refuse to go 2-base. But now, I don't know if it's meta. It certainly isn't yet. This is kind of a rare sight still. But we're going to see what 2-base play looks like.
A
And
player's
that
forces are under
is
attack.
not very well explored yet.
Okay. We have a strong Mountain King with the Mana Stone. And good vision with the Crystal Ball. Archmage pretty much naked. TC is level 3 finally. No mana items on him. Farseer still lacking level 3. And of course with the breakers out, control magic should be a thing soon. The Wolves won't do anything anymore until level 5 where they can Invis harass. Shout out to the Infi versus Fly match on Turtle Rock. That one legendary one.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wild mixes of army. It's really hard to say what's the right call now.
Focus trying to pressure into the main. Dragon Hawk gets ensnared. TP coming in. Has to be a counter TP. How much is gonna die? The Dragon Hawk. 2 peasants. Alright, so Focus finds a bit of damage here to be done. But it wasn't the most crippling. And in the meantime, Infi is still mining off of 2 bases.
A player's
So is
forces
Focus.
are under attack.
Yeah. Oh my god, the expansion timing. It was basically at the same time. Both with 1,400 in there.
Wow. That's super good. I think Focus forgot for a second to mine. Otherwise, it would probably be the same. That's incredible. But Focus knows. And there's almost no protection. This Arcane Tower. I mean, what does the Arcane Tower do against an Orc army like this? Nothing. He has a very good mix. He can pretty much kill everything. This tower will fall. All of the... This is the reason to use Wolves still. Lightning Shield on the summons. Good damage against them. And now the fighting position isn't too bad. Kodo's hard to reach here though. And Clap, of course, wrecks everything. So Focus needs heal scrolls now. And there's only one shop on Northern Isles.
A town is under siege.
Alright. The next run by here was defended really well. Didn't even cost Infi a TP, right? He just walked over there. So this did cost Focus a TP. He killed 1 peasant, 1 tower, and a bit of mining time.
But
Kind of an even trade, but what Infi was able to do in the meantime was creep up his Tuskar camp earlier and now creeps up the next camp. So this is also something to keep in mind. How much creeping is being done in the meantime. And with Infi being so close to the red camp, this seems to be the perfect time to take out the big bottom right creep.
Focus still healing up in the main. I thought like this push made Infi go into upkeep, so it's definitely a little bit of gold to the state, I guess, paying taxes. But yeah, that didn't really pay off as Focus is following into upkeep now, knowing how strong Infi's army is. And you're right, the human is running away in experience. Level 4 triple claw, Todd's dream. And of course, we all know Infi's account once was I need claws. Well, you get it here. And we have Warsong Battle Drums. Even more damage on this.
And MK level 4. MK is a super strong late game hero, but can suffer if he doesn't have the levels and the mana in the early game and mid game. But once he gets to 4, especially with his skill build, both Stormbolt and Clap are really strong. And to make matters even better, he found the Mana Stone. Alright, next fight coming in. Seems like Focus was just looking to harass the expansion a little bit. Loses 1 raider, kind of for free. Long range shackles, forcing him into an engagement. Focus has to take this fight, even if he doesn't want to.
Second shackle. This is not looking good. The choke is really well done. The Mountain King tanks everything in front. The Wyvern are falling without doing too much damage. Focus is falling apart. 63 supply, but everything is turning red already. Oh, heal potion on the TC to keep him alive. Mountain King has no mana anymore, and that's Infi's sign to retreat. Army super healthy. Chain Lightning Rattles through, trying to get some kills, but all of a sudden we have a 15 supply lead for the Iceman.
And how fascinating is it that even in upkeep, even with an expansion, with all this income, there's still 0 sorceresses.
Yes.
There's not a single sorceress for slow.
Player's forces are under attack.
Baffling.
I guess he's concerned with Dispel and Sustain from the priests, the rest for tanking and damage, and yeah, no slow. I'm amazed. So, new TP, double TP in fact, we see now on the human side, and now it's finally time for Infi to pressure. Going up north, he has a bit of a supply lead here, not a massive one, and Focus now will have to be the one to defend.
I guess it's still fine. Clap just taking out some peons, grinding up to level 5. He's super close with his Archmage. And Focus is not in fighting shape, really. He has a big potion on the TC, but what can he really hit? Priests and heroes. He kind of renders this TC more or less useless.
And this is always the big strength of Breakers. Once you get to the late game to high numbers, the TC's efficiency drops significantly. Against rifles, he always does well, but against this army, not so much. And now level 5 MK versus level 3 TC. This might be the biggest story of this game. Alright, he gets level 4 now with one more kill, but guess what? Invol's about to run out. He finds some kills on the priests in the back, and once they're dead, there's no passive healing anymore. Can Focus turn this around? I don't know. His whole army is looking too hurt. The TC's dying. That's GG. And the 1-1.
Infi is super impressive. He was there when he needed to be, ties up the clan war. Holy, like, that micro against the Devour. How freaking good was that? Even in the late game, I saw 1 or 2 Devours. That's it.
Yeah.
In a 70 versus 60 army fight. Oh, boy, that Infi dude, he's quite good.
Brilliant decisions all the way through. I also like how Infi was making a choice in the early to go to both green camps at the same time. He was like, okay, maybe you can steal lasters at one of these, but I'm going to be at the other, getting my level 2. And that can make a big difference. On Northern Isles, very often humans are just stuck on level 1 for all eternity, it feels like. Then transitions into Breakers, then finds a good engagement in the middle, backs up with an expansion, doesn't go into this all-in mindset against the Orc Expo, which so many other humans do. Just confident play, calm, collected.
Kind of how we know Infi, right? Like, excellent performance, not feeling the pressure, even though in interviews with us he said, yeah, man, I am feeling the pressure. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's just, he's so reliable. Yeah. When does Infi have off days? He has days when, like, he tilts a little, but he never really throws games. He might tap out a little early, but he never throws games away because his decision making is just so good.
Yeah. In that game, nothing unfortunate happened to him. It felt like he was in charge and in control of that game pretty much all the way through. Those first 2 Kodos, when we saw Lin introduce them into the meta at WGL, the first 2 Kodos always got so much done. They either ate 2 Breakers, or they ate a level 2 Water Elemental, which is also a big deal, or a Rifle, or ate away both Priests. But Focus never found that big momentum swing. Normally, you get to tier 2, you get the Shaman, you get the Kodos, you get the TC, you get the Speed Scroll, or you still have the Speed Scroll. And then early tier 2 belongs to you. But that really wasn't the case here, was it?
True, I agree. Infi had all the counters already. Also the Dragonhawks. It's kind of rare to see them work so well as they did here.
Yeah.
Usually you force your opponent into Dragonhawks and then they have this one fight and then they're useless. But they were always a Wyvern to shackle. He got the shackles off in great positions. There was no purge or focus fire against it. Infi, man. He's strong.
That's probably also a big reason why many humans are going Rifles. Rifles, macro, is really simple. You get 4 Priests, maybe 5. The rest is Rifles. What else do you get? Rifles. More Rifles, and maybe some upgrades if you're feeling juicy. But with this other combo, with this Dragonhawk Breaker combo, you need to have exactly the right amount of units at exactly the right time. Dragonhawks can be pretty useless later if there's not enough Wind Riders, but if there are, they can be good. But guess what? They're not even always good necessarily. Often when other humans play the Hawks, they get ensnared, they get focused, or they just get right-clicked down by the Kodos and Chain Lightning and stuff. Infi, the macro under pressure is something I've always been impressed with him, especially kind of recently when he defeated Happy 3-0 in that crazy grand final. He always knows exactly the right units to make at every point, and it's never the wrong unit.
Yeah.
In that game, 0 Sorks. Again, most humans, especially when playing that style, they want to throw in Sorks. The Orc gets slowed down. Everything is so much easier to micro. Infi says, no, I just need my front line of Breakers, Priest behind. I have perfect positioning. I don't need to slow you down. It's fine. I have Dragonhawks against your Windriders. I have my expansion. I'm set. This is my game. I have the better levels. I'm gonna win this.
Okay, here we see a couple of highlights. This grunts around in the early. Does the game look much different if that doesn't happen? I don't think so. Infi was just on top. Focus looking a little uninspired. He had the good read with the Kodos against Breakers, but the TC then falling off so hard, and Infi's incredible micro against the Devours. Seriously. Yeah. How? Let the Kodos starve. That was the theme of the
middle
day.
fight. This was the big momentum determining factor. Something I guess we didn't point out too much. Militia calls, excellent. This is something that's really easy to look past because the top humans in the world normally always do it really well. But it's not easy. You have to anticipate the fight coming in a good 20 seconds, maybe even 30 earlier. You always have to be ready. And the militia is also what helped keep those Kodos at arm's length and make sure the first couple of breakers don't just get eaten for breakfast.
I love that.
Super impressive game by Infi, man. Yeah. Infi, he's back.
This 1-1 makes sure that we will see a second 2-on-2 today. So it's not going to be a 3-0. While we see the highlight fights here, it was also the way he played around this TC in the early stage when there was not enough breakers. I'm in awe. This makes sure we get a second 2-on-2. At least we get 4 maps off of this Clamor. The next one is going to be another 1-on-1. And who to seed? The map is Amazonia. I think we will get into this discussion after the highlight, I think. Is it, for Rogue Warriors, we still have Fly and Infi. For Lao Pao Esports Club on the 1-on-1 side, we have Fortitude and Colorful. Who's it gonna be? We'll see after a little break here in the WGL Team League, the $120,000 tournament. Here we have it, match number 3. Who takes the lead in LP versus RW? It is the two humans colliding. TH for Rogue Warriors in the upper right, Fortitude for LP in the upper bottom left. So sorry, switching that. Now it's fine. Okay, this is interesting because this is Amazonia. That was the map, as you said and explained, that was chosen, and then they seeded the players. In the Gold League final in January, they seeded Colorful and Fly here. So is it again a double switcheroo on the seedings before? They didn't want this, I think. They really didn't want Fly versus Colorful, both of the teams, but they will get it if we go to map 5. But yeah, first of all, Fortitude versus TH. And we have an Archmage here. We have an Archmage here. I was kind of speculating on a Mountain King opening by TH as he did against Sock at WGL Winter.
Yeah, that was crazy what TH showed us there. It felt like a WGL in that best of 5. TH showed the world like, yeah, you guys are kind of okay in Human Mirror, but I'm gonna show you how to play Human Mirror, because that was just utterly insane. And then went on to play Undead versus Human in the 3rd place match. That was also kind of funny. So yeah, since that tournament, respect TH's Human Mirror a ton. His MK first can be very strong on certain maps, but MK first on AZ, man, that would be something borderline crazy. Creeps here are pretty hard to take out, especially with an MK. And there's no mercs to rely on. Maybe there is some way to make that MK work here, but we have not seen it yet. And AM with a quick level 3 creep out is what we have come to expect, along with breakers, of course. Sometimes we see tier 3 play, but on a small map like this, that would be very unlikely. So it's going to be about AM leveling up early, getting some items, getting level 3, and perhaps, if some players feeling confident enough, in a good enough position, a tier 2 expansion. This is something we've been seeing quite a bit in Human Mirror lately, actually.
True. That's becoming the standard. It was always a little bit rolling the dice. When do you expand? At what timing? Do you rather go for mercenaries and push this, or do you expand yourself? Is there a tech timing you can hit? But most humans of the world have established now that the tier 2 expansion is what you want. I think Infi was paving the way. More creeping for both of these players at the tunnelers in the middle. TH, we only saw him this year in the WGL Open qualifier, right? that was pretty much it. And he was eliminated in the round of 8. Which was also a little baffling. Since then, he has undergone surgery for his nose. And now he's back. So it's pretty unpredictable. Fortitude, 3rd place match. This is the rematch of the 3rd place match of WGL. Which was Human vs. Undead, so it doesn't really count. And he is the carry of LP. Or was in the Team League. And since then, he's not that crazy good anymore. He's not dominating or anything. But still very straightforward and strong. TH is the X factor. He's unpredictable again.
This game is looking kind of standard from the opening ideas here from the two players. But something went wrong for Fortitude. His creeping was just a lot slower. He is not yet on level 3. He was getting interrupted earlier. The AM for TH already found 2 peasant kills. To make matters worse, the tech for TH is faster. These are 2 top-level humans. This is not to be such a big discrepancy early on.
Is it the nerves finally getting to Fortitude, or is it really not the best shape? By the way, we got a $200 donation by an anonymous fan. Thanks for bringing back Warcraft to me. My pleasure, mate. Our pleasure, of course.
Oh my god.
This is pretty sick.
Thank you so much. That's crazy.
But yeah, Fortitude absolutely needs kills for that level 3. That is what happens in Human Mirror.
140 denied.
There we go. Second, he couldn't deny this one anymore. So finally, level 2 Water Elementals. Also, mana for that Water Elemental. He can defend TH.
That's a ton of footies here for Fortitude.
Yeah. And that's his typical style. But that's, even for his stand, that's a lot.
A player's forces are under attack.
So TH saved 2 footies, hurt into the main. He still has 3 with his army. Makes it a total of 5 footies left. With how tough of an early Fortitude has had, he now needs to get some mileage out of these footies. He needs to trade favorably and apply some pressure. TH sees this move across the map coming early. How's he gonna adjust? Tier 2 is done. His tier 2 is faster, remember. MK is coming, and there's only a very small window for Fortitude here to do anything. Once the MK comes out with the Stormbolt, these footies will be falling quick.
Yeah, I thought... Oh, okay. He's getting us around now. That's sweet. I thought with these footies he would like level heavy or creep the natural immediately to have that steady force ready to defend his expansion early tier 2. But it's not happening. And I'm not sure if that's the right call so far. Another footman chased by 3 hurt footmen. TH's micro impressive as always.
Aren't these footies for TH going a little too far? Shouldn't they be healing up with the regen scroll?
MK will say hello in a... Oh, he's still not in research. He gets a little bit of scouting out as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
And
TP
back. Yeah. With the MK coming out with the threat of the Stormbolt. Has to return. Shredder was hired for Fortitude, so he's going to have a lot of lumber here soon. He wasn't even low lumber, though. Why did he go for a Shredder? A few question marks in this early game here so far by Fortitude. Things don't seem to be working out perfectly at all.
Yeah, in the 2-on-2 he looked really good. But now, in this 1-on-1, I mean, he's up against TH. 1-on-1. That's always one of the toughest things in the world. But okay, we're back to creeping. Mountain King just stands there. Like, shouldn't you be creeping with him? Maybe level 4 Archmage is more important. So he's making sure that Fortitude can't leave the base. Like, if he's leaving the base without healing, he's getting Stormbolt to the face and killed.
We saw earlier by Infi unusual play, and now we see a bit of unusual play also coming in from TH. And I feel like some of these top players, it sometimes almost feels to me like they're not going for the perfect play, but it's this weird play that they combine with their aura, which is supposed to throw off the opponent. Now, it was only a tiny little move. It was only the MK, like, pushing his head around the corner there, looking if you can find a cheeky Stormbolt kill, perhaps. But yeah, lots of confidence again, it feels like to me, is being oozed by TH. Creeping the natural here. What's the item? Big mana potion.
Yes.
MK will take that gladly.
We really need a regen scroll on Fortitude. I think the shop was in power build, so he couldn't even heal. Now it's working with the reju potion. But this needs a lot of time. He has to move back and he has to wait. During that time, TH is creeping. He's opening up the Merc camp. He's getting one of the strongest items on the entire map. He's teching for Adept, I guess. More and more priests are coming. Oh, he has Adept already, so time to go Breaker soon. And Robe of the Magi, wonderful item. And during all of that, nothing has been done for Fortitude.
Yeah, TH just... not just a little bit, just a lot more efficient. Everything he does on the map seems to make a lot of sense. Seems to be getting him great results. Now he's getting caught off a little bit off guard. AM wasn't quite there to defend with the rest of the army, but here we go. This match just became really simple. This is the win condition, this expansion. Fortitude can't afford to counter-expand. He has to kill this Expo. If he does, he wins. If he doesn't, he loses.
He's bringing the Shredder, and he splits the Shredder away from the fight off to the Expo. He can't cancel it with that, but he's doing a lot of damage during the build. And there's Militia, there's Footmen, Jesters, Mass. With that, can he go for Clap? Or is it just Stormbolt? I think it's just Stormbolt. Trying to snipe the Priest. Taking the sustain off of TH. So far, I think he's doing a wonderful job. TH down to 38. Maybe that expansion was a little too greedy. Now up at level 3 though. And the hammer swings around. Shredder still doing damage. All peasants killed.
Dude, this Shredder is turning out amazing.
Yes.
I was wondering about this investment, but oh my god. Insane kills on the peasants. Level 3 MK, is he the carry here for TH?
He's next to the shop. He's getting super quick reinforcements. How much mana is there? Oh, there's soon to be one more Stormbolt. And then maybe a kill. He's turning around. Dude, this Shredder. This Shredder is seriously insane. Another Stormbolt, another kill. He's closing the supply gap, I think, slowly. 15 still. Offensive farm. Okay. Just to block a little, I guess. Fortitude is losing units. Has another Stormbolt. How long can he stay against the shop?
Militia called as well. Every Stormbolt here leads to a kill, but seemingly on both sides. And where the MK was down in experience, now he's also level 3 for Fortitude. But he can't afford to fall back. Once he falls back, this Expo starts mining. So perhaps he wants to stay in this little skirmish until the Shredder doesn't just kill the peasants, but kills the whole town hall.
He did 2/3 of the job already, but more and more priests are falling. TH trying to push back, create some time, but he can't prevent this anymore. Fortitude kills it. What a play. A Shredder push towards a human expansion. I have never in my life seen this before.
It looked like TH was in full control of this game. This was his win condition right there. And then suddenly Fortitude just shows up and says, nah, this game is not over yet, my friend. And now it's him with the big lead. We can see it reflected in the supply. 10 supply ahead. That is massive in Breakers 1 base, 1 base. Which is very moving too.
It's fascinating how well Fortitude knows this matchup. Sometimes on very good days it feels he understands this matchup better than TH and Infi themselves when it's about push timings. And speaking of push timings, here's another Creepjack. Stormbolt on a Priest will take him out with all that right click from Water Elemental and Archmage. The Shredder is still with his army and he's of course a great counter to single breakers as well.
Fortitude retreated here for a moment. Shouldn't this be a great fight for him? Priest in the back, looking somewhat exposed, aiming for the MK here. He's very tanky though, this Mountain King of TH. Almost level 4 also. Militia come in. That is level 4 now. I'm amazed that TH isn't TPing out of this.
Surviving skills.
He's hanging around.
Yeah. He's getting kills. He's getting more and more kills and he gets to level 5. Maybe that's what he wanted from this fight all along. He has no double income anymore. Oh, Priest immediately killed, or the Berserker killed immediately. How is he surviving this with 10 supply less? He's finally killing the Shredder, or is he? Yes. He doesn't even need the TP.
How is this possible? How is this happening? He has fewer priests, fewer breakers, less supply. Okay, now comes the TP. One more priest. Oh, no, gets saved.
Dude,
but guess what? Now we're even in supply.
He lost the expansion, decides, okay, I'm gonna take a risk in the bottom. And then he's getting jacked because Fortitude knows once again exactly what's happening.
A player's
But-
forces are under attack.
TH's fighting skills are like Bruce Lee. Unbelievable. The Mauler helped a ton, and Mana on the Mountain King helped a ton as well. But crazy, crazy, crazy fight. There was nowhere to move. He was stuck.
Level 5 AM now also for Fortitude. Normally nowadays that almost always means aura. For him as well.
Yes. For both. Red spot. Not that easy and fast to do for TH. Fortitude, is he willing to go for a creep check once again?
Auras here are crazy good. The Grand Golem, if you're lucky, has a great present for you. But Fortitude is coming in, ready to contest. The Grand is dangerously close to dying. Greets the enemy MK with a Stormbolt. Decent damage onto him, but he's so tanky. This MK for TH.
Love the Zeppelin for Fortitude. Water Elementals continue to spawn. We don't see control magic much, so it's giving a lot of experience constantly. Upgrades are 0-0-1-1 for Fortitude. Another thing that he has in favor of him. Yes, there is a Devotion Aura, but the upgrades are still better.
Mana on the MK is, however, favoring TH here by a little bit. We're starting to see some control magic now also coming in. And again, Fortitude is pushed back. Fortitude in upkeep, 52 supply. Would perhaps not mind losing these two peasants too much.
How are these breakers supposed to survive? And it's only 5 against like 8 of Fortitude, but the caster army should definitely be better for TH, and maybe that's the secret. There's only 1 priest.
Yeah, true. Needs more. Okay, 2 more are coming from the main. And another 2. So we're gonna be, in fact, up to 6 priests here again soon. Again, Stormbolt on the MK. But he's so damn tanky. This Mountain King for TH.
Well, not that much for Fortitude. He has a ring, okay, but the focus fire brings him down to 1/3. Another priest fallen. He was way too close to the opponent's breaker line.
He's always baiting the Stormbolts with the MK. He runs into the front and immediately runs back, baiting the Stormbolt onto himself, but he's not really in range to be focused anymore. Outstanding MK movement by TH.
He's such a great player. Now catching up with upgrades. 0-1 plus the Devotion is pretty much 0-2. Wants to finish the Golem camp. Everything at like 1/3.
Oh, the Merchant Creep gets involved. That's kind of awkward. Now he's going to be fighting on 2 sides, possibly. So, yeah. TH retreats a little bit. Takes out this camp first. It's going to cost him 1 priest, though, at the very least. Was denied. Nicely done. But TH is still busy with his creep camp.
Yep.
Partly.
That's annoying. That's really annoying. Takes out 1 priest again, but finally the smaller has died. He was alive for way too long, it feels. Good concave by Fortitude, attacking everything he wants at once. Another troll falling. So he's finally getting rid of these creeps. Man, TH is never supposed to win this game, but he could.
Absolutely not,
He
but
definitely could.
Yeah, do you think he cares about that?
No,
No, absolutely not.
he defies.
MK again getting focused, but he never drops down to less than half. And always instantly gets healed up by the priest again. He's also very close to level 5. If he gets the breaker, that is his level 5. So close. Not quite yet.
Any items here? Not really. We get close to level 6 on TH. Breaker's still on 1-1. He's not making any progress, really. Going for the 2-1 now.
These creeps getting involved had a massive impact, actually. This cost TH quite a few units.
8 supply lead for Fortitude. Can he still...
Elemental is level 5. If he gets it, but again denied.
So sick.
The denies are out of control.
Keep on mentioning this for a month. The level of micro, even in the bigger fights. And stealing experience from your opponent. That's so key to competitive Warcraft in 2020. Very close to big level ups. Mass Teleport and level 3 Stormbolt is around the corner for TH.
But a 10 supply deficit.
He doesn't care, man. He doesn't care. Militia support coming in again. And he has shop control. So maybe a well-timed heal scroll can turn this. He's not paying taxes. He's not an upkeep. Fortitude is an upkeep the entire time. He will not be able to afford items.
Watch Elemental, does he finally get the level 5?
Yep.
He does!
So, oh my.
We unlock lots of damage on this MK. Oh, going too far forward. Fortitude here might be forced into the invul very soon.
Oh, dodges the Stormbolt with an invul. Very well done. That could have been his demise. But that's the potion gone. That's the one consumable he had. Not even a town portal. No speed scroll. No protection scroll. Nothing.
Oh!
Mountain King. Oh my. This is the end for him. This is level 6 and this is no Stormbolt anymore. There's another one. Oh, mass teleport to reposition into the fight. And of course with the Mountain King gone, how are you supposed to control this? There's no disable.
More priests are falling. But the big kill is on the AM. There's one Stormbolt ready right now. Can he get the surround? Trying to anti-surround. It's a lot of damage though. With the bash, this AM is probably dead. Even without one, AM falls. And with that, the game finally has slipped away from Fortitude.
This is nuts. TH defies logic. He's not playing all year. He's getting a good early game, granted. Then he's losing his tier 2 expansion against the Shredder. He's 10 supply down. He's backed against the corner. No, like, refusing to TP, owning the fight, and then takes it from there. This is surreal by TH.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for. I have been desperately waiting for these humans, TH and Infi, to play again, and they show us here just how strong they both are.
Guess
both
what?
about to win their 1v1s. If this Ultra falls, this game is almost over already.
Yeah, he's focusing it. Mass teleport into the base. Well done. No hero available for Fortitude. Oh boy. He's not committing to this altar anymore. So Mountain King will be back at some point. For the first time in forever, TH has the lead. Everything is hurt here.
Alright, so the MK will see the light of day once again, and the AM is already back. But of course, the trading here over the last half minute has been outstanding. Oh, MK trying to get in range for the Stormbolt. Hits the AM with a bash. This could be his end.
Feel like I heard this before. Doesn't even need it, huh? Maybe he does this time. What's he going for? Invis? Nope! Level 6. Will we get for Cosmodan? We get the double Gs by Fortitude. And Rogue Warriors turn this clan war around after the loss in the 2-2. Both human gods win their respective one-on-ones. Focus Fortitude down, LP on top. Rogue Warriors on top.
Fortitude, Sok, Chimiko, these are humans we've been seeing making names for themselves recently. But the big boys are back. Infi and TH are back, and they're showing us just how strong they are. Some people were wondering about their shape. No need to wonder anymore. They are in top shape and just as scary as ever.
But how? How are they in top shape? They're not playing any tournaments really, except WGL qualifiers and this team league now. Infi played Huya, okay. Crazy. Crazy. They don't need any practice. Of course they are laddering and streaming and all. So they're following the meta. Fortitude wasn't even that bad. There were a couple of mistakes in the early mid-game, but I think they don't matter too much, but because he was able to create that comeback in the mid-game. In the late game, were there really big mistakes? I mean, focusing the Mountain King, probably.
It felt like, especially at the Mercamp Jack, he was perhaps too cautious. That looked like it should be an easy creep Jack for him, but he was going back and forth, and TH got so much out of that situation before finally TPing out. So I guess some small mistakes were there, but the big story here for me is TH, how he just doesn't matter how far behind he gets. He always finds a way back in.
Yeah.
And also his early game was rock solid, super strong. Got him the lead, which then still cost him in the mid game, this expansion attempt.
So, this is the position where LP once again has to win the 2-2. We've been there. We've had exactly this position in the Gold League. Can they...
So who's going to play the next 2v2?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Well, not definitely, but I would say it's Fortitude and Focus. It could be colorful and Focus, but I'm very sure it's Focus. On the other side, we will see Fly for the first time today, but with whom?
Yeah.
Tidewater Glades is the map. Does that tell us anything?
It is normally also a push together kind of map, right? Not so much split push focused as other maps like Twisted Meadows might be. That normally means you don't want to expand too much. You don't want to go tier 3 too much. You want to stay on tier 2 and muscle up. So yeah, here again, mind games. Who are you going to seed? Who are they going to seed? Who do they think you're seeding?
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think Fortitude versus Fortitude and Focus should be the most likely opposing force here. And honestly, Orc Human combo with the rifles and the grunts looked really good against Night Elf Human.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to go Orc Human here yourself.
Well, it's Fly entering. That doesn't tell us anything. I want to go back to that 200 euro donation, by the way. That is still crazy. It's one of the highest one-time donation we ever got. So whoever you are, wherever you are, we're extremely grateful for this. Thank you, Lado, for the 6-month resub. Love you guys. Happy Thursday. Thank you. And some insults. But we are professionals here in the biggest tournament that Warcraft 3 has. So, yeah. Still waiting for the next players. We'll tell you once we know. This is the 2-on-2 of TH and Fly versus Fortitude and Focus on Tidewater Glades. Rare to see and quite a beauty, I might say, as I just saw it for the first time in Reforged. So the Chinese casters are leading in to this very battle. Match points for the Rogue Warriors. They spawn in light blue on the bottom left hand side with Fly, the rising player in Asia, the one that I'm most surprised of, next to 120 taking things seriously and like bulldozing through tournaments. We will see him tomorrow. Alongside TH, who has just defeated Fortitude to claim the match points for RW. At 3 points, the clan war is over, and RW wins this. Lao Pao Esports Club, can you fight back and force a decider match? Fortitude wins the 2-on-2, loses the 1-on-1. What streak will continue? Archmage first. His opponent is Focus, Chinese-Korean battle. And we have a Farseer this time, not a Blade Master. The B team of LP. Is it enough for these former world champions, TH and Fly?
Fly going with a TC first.
Ooh.
And a War Mill.
Headhunters.
TC Headhunters has always been very popular in 2v2, especially with Night Elf allies. Bottom hunts, TC Headhunters, you know, get mass range, get mass aura, get lots of rah, perhaps even in the late game. But on the top level, normally you get pressured a lot. We saw that earlier in the 2v2 a ton, didn't we? On Turtle Rock, it was so much pressure early, barely any creeping. The TC doesn't like that. The TC is a hero who heavily relies on levels and who's, by the way, getting scouted out here extremely early on. So, LP know what's up right away, TC first, and he's the exact opposite, polar opposite to the Farseer. Farseer loves to be creeping early, to be harassing early, excuse me. Doesn't need levels. So, it is the same race combo here, mirrored in that way, but the play styles should be very different between Rogue Warriors and LP.
Here's the Farseer, and there's no Spacemaker for RW. They can't be as aggressive as they were on Turtle Rock with TH and Infi with the human Night Elf combo. That's just impossible. So how are these two heroes going to level 3? This is what you want. With the TC, with the Archmage, with both. And you need time for mass headhunters because in low numbers, they don't do anything. Next question. Isn't that countered with mass footmans for a long time? With defend especially? Until the TC is very high?
could be, but it's also kind of weird, right? You don't want to go into footies too heavily because in 2v2, yeah, even if they're good against headhunters, they're still not really good. You kind of want tier 2 units, casters and rifles and so on.
I mean, you can
also footmen against TC is kind of scary.
You can tech fast with an orc. You get the tier 2 units there, and you stay a little longer on tier 1. This is kind of exactly what Fortitude is doing, and go a little heavier on the footmen in that regard. I think that can be working. Archmage is close to level 3. You buy more time with Water Elementals too, because Archmage is solo creeping. He's getting a lot of experience. It's gonna be close to 3 versus level 2 now. Yeah, 3 versus 2.
Yeah, so he's got 5 footies. He is not going for more though. 5 seems to be where he's stopping. Problem is also, if you have a lot of defense footies, yeah, okay, that's pretty good, but your ally doesn't have defense, so the rifles, or the headhunters, I guess in this case, could just be focusing on the grunts instead. So level 3 AM early, that's nice to have. How much can Fortitude do with it? I am amazed to see the TC across the map instead of creeping.
Yes.
So with Stomp, he's looking for some kills.
Super tanky.
First headhunter has already fallen.
Yeah, that's not what you want. Super tanky TC. You want to soak up the damage with him, but Lao Pao is saying, doesn't work that way. I see what you got in your inventory. Nice items by Fortitude here. Focus staying safe in the back. Stomp was okay. Killing off another footman, but they're expendable. They're cheap. They don't have a big purpose in the late game. Good save by Fly here. Fly has to be the carry late game. If he, I'm curious if he plays it so in style, TC solo. There we have seen level 7 and beyond TCs wrecking everything. Or if he mixes in a Shadow Hunter.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shadow Second can be very strong. Hex Stomp combo on tier 2 is a ton of lockdown. But why did they go across the map? It was too late to prevent level 3 AM. It didn't really get big kills, only the footies. And what the TC could have done in the meantime instead would have been creeping to level 3.
Yeah.
I don't quite get it.
Tech-wise, they're quite far behind as well. Beastery and Totem. For focus on Fortitude's side, it's double Sanctum. So what's the combo gonna be? Kodo Walkers, Mass Breakers Priest? Maybe a Raider or 2 for Ensnare? But I like the early game for LP. I think they got their objectives. They got their level 3. They got their fast tech done without much punishment for it. And yeah, now let's see what they can do from here. They should stop. They should stop. They should continue stopping Fly. Oh, on his way to level 5. But all right, here's the surround. That's the town portal gone. First big accomplishment for RW.
Yeah, town portals in 2v2 really important. On 1v1, when a town portal is forced early, we oftentimes, see it skipped. In 2v2, you can't really afford to skip the TP. If a push is coming towards you or your ally's base, you have to be there to defend.
It's a Paladin second by TH.
A player's forces are
Aura,
under attack.
more sustain. Blood Mage for Fortitude.
Okay.
Hoping to disable the TC with Siphon, I guess? Or Flute of Accuracy on the TC. Look at the damage rise.
Yeah, that's a massive item. Gives it over to the AM, actually. And continuing to creep. Tier 3 coming in for Fly. It's going to be a ton of experience here soon.
This is going to be a massive fight down the road. Big mana potion for that Blood Mage, trying to rise in levels. Walker upgrade for Dispel.
There's a ton of pressure on this Blood Mage, isn't there? His sole purpose almost is disabling the TC.
Yep.
If he doesn't manage to do this, then Stomps are gonna destroy your army, and to make matters worse, there's a Paladin on the enemy side instead of a Blood Mage who always gets value. With Holy Light and Aura, always good. Whereas the Blood Mage has to be played really well to work out.
Big camp, Furberg, also Warrior for RW. They're getting their levels. We don't see a Shadow Hunter second. We don't have a Mountain King. There's no disable in this army. This could be a liability. But the red spot goes to him. Close of attack and Talisman of the Wild. Not good at all. Focus with the first Raiders. Throwing the nets. 50 supply for him. Level 3 TEC. There's no Stomp advantage. Not at all. So Stomp. Where's the Siphon? It's essential. There we go.
That's a really good Siphon. Siphon plus Ensnare combo. And even the Stomp follow-up. So much mana drain. Barely any Stomps coming out. Fly uses one more. But guess what? Now he's out of mana.
Focus is stomping his way through. He has the big potion. He has the Subby Mask. This is insane mana on Focus. Stomping again. Blizzard raining through for TH, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. As Fortitude is attacking. Oh my god, this is chaotic. Banish on the Blood Mage to save him. But how to get out for TH and Fly?
Great Stomp again in the backline. Focus finding more and more targets. Still has the big mana potion. When's he gonna use it? The Football Shaman surprisingly doing something. Talisman of the Wild, I mean. TP out from Team Rogue Warriors. They don't like what this fight was looking like. And this was a really good trade for LP.
Absolutely. They're getting closer and closer to the deciding 5th match. TH down to 42 supply. And I think Fly even lower. Oh, 46. What about TH? What about Focus and Fortitude? 50 supply for Fortitude. 50 supply for Focus. What about the mana? Looking good, especially on that TC. He drank that potion. Blizzard again. Can't stop it for now. Focus is blocking himself a little, so the TC disabled. Here's the Ensnare. Building a shop in the back. Let's see how that works. Going for this Archmage. I think they... Oh, no, they didn't rebuy the TP. Can they
Berserker
go...
upgrade finally finished. AM in trouble here a little bit, but not enough damage to force him out. And the Berserkers now with their tier 3 upgrade have so much more damage.
Oh yeah, the Kodo Beast is falling as well. TC in trouble. Use the speed scroll already. Fly can possibly block here. Oh my god, if they kill this TC, it would be so big. He has to walk through the RW base to get out of here, but there's a TC with a big axe in his hand. You are not going home, my friend. And that's level 5. LP over eager.
Damn, getting smashed in that first engagement, but suddenly tier 3 kicks in. That fight does go to Walk Warriors. And the nice thing is, when you're Orc tier 3 and you have a fight going your way, tiny Great Hall, Pocket Expo, easy peasy win condition. TC gets it up at the Expo, and yeah, level 3 Stomp. If you watch this stream often, you know how good this spell is. This is by far, probably, the strongest level 3 spell in the game. A 5-second AoE stun. Already great in 1v1, in 2v2, even better.
Surreal, indeed. And that on a 6-second cooldown. We have Blizzard for Fortitude now as well. Level 2 Blizzard on both sides. RW closing this out, trying to go for the rat spot, but will be contested. The Blood Mage, he needs a sick Siphon once again, even more than before.
Dude, the Kodo upgrade is coming in as well. These Berserkers are already +6. They're gonna be +8, I think, right? No, +9. When they activate Berserk, it's gonna be insane damage.
Bloodbath. This Farseer has no purpose, by the way. Wolves don't do anything. Chain Lightning just tickles. Fight for the rat spot. Is Fortitude gonna get it? Needs better disables against this Archmage as well. These Raiders focused. You have to put an eye on this Archmage and stop the Blizzard. Level 4. Big one. Here comes Fly with the Storm. 5 seconds. Here we go. And he's pretty much unnukeable. Invoke potion. Big healing. Dodges the Storm with an invoke. Goes for the counter one. Aiming for the Blood Mage. Has a potion. Can banish himself. That's the first potion gone. RW pushing for the victory.
TC now out of mana, but these were great Stomps already. Starting it all off with that Invis potion, flank from the other side. And the numbers for Rogue Warriors are just insane. It's so many walkers, so many breakers, and LP. This doesn't happen often to them, but it seems like they're losing their 2v2.
Uh-oh, yeah. The B team not able to do the heavy lifting. That's a TC surround, but do you really want that with 2 rings on him? The Berserkers are cleaning house for Fly. 60 supply for him, and LP, they just can't follow. The Raiders are so dead. Oh my god, that Stomp was sick once again. Siphon a little bit on this Archmage to prevent more Blizzard, but the aura is so good. The TC comes in with the stun, disabling the Headhunters, but it's just for a couple of seconds. It's not the 5-second stun. Banish cooling off. It's just right clicks at this point. Banish, banish, banish. Is that it?
LP Can't fight against these auras.
No, oh,
It's
heroes, focus!
auras.
Trapped in Fortitude's base. Sorry to cut you off, but they're both about to die with Blizzard. Ice Age! They're frozen. And LP losing the clan war, almost like level 6 for Fly. The carry TC is doing it.
Disabled well by the Blood Mage earlier, but in the super late game, the Blood Mage can't do it anymore. And the quad auras, so good. The Flute of Accuracy, the Pally aura, the TC aura, the Kodo aura. Just too much buffing of these Berserkers and Breakers, and that's it. GG! And the first victory of this league goes to Rogue Warriors.
One of the 3 big favorites get their revenge for January, when Fortitude was too strong for all of them. Nope, they got their redemption today. TH, Fly, Infi with a 3-1 over a top contender, over the reigning Clan War champions of the world. That's a statement. That's a statement towards especially ELL, the former newbie team, with Lin 120 and Lawlight. That was a great 2-2 by TH and Fly.
Yeah. The first 2v2 went pretty one-sidedly in LP's favor, right? But then Rogue Warriors came back. So the 2v2 was a 1-1 split. But especially the 1v1s. Infi and TH. Holy crap. They are, once again, on top of this scene. That's too early to tell. That's too early to tell from just one game from each. But we had been wondering about their shape over the last few weeks. And what they presented today is very promising for their future here in this year and for their team in this league.
That is the first out of 2 clan wars today concluded. Took us 2 hours and a little. We are exactly on schedule while the last seconds of the 2-2 are running on the Chinese stream. That, if nothing goes wrong, this secures the playoffs for RW. But in clan wars, you know, you never really know what's happening. We have seen big favorites fail. Next clan war is going to be the first Western team in UMAD with Todd, Cash, Sonic, and Maru. Up against NP with Shishi, Sini, Fast, and Shun. I wonder how the Netties conditions are. Depending on the ping, UMAD could go into this as the favorites even. Would be a big win for them. But yeah. RW not even needing Flies one-on-one. TH and Infi in tip-top shape. That's scary.
Yeah. For any team out there. They are absolutely some of the biggest favorites in this league. Yeah, what is the ping going to be like today for you, Matt? We heard during the qualifiers that conditions were really rough. Up to 300, 400 ping with spikes. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit better here today. I think what you're alluding to is that on even ping, UMAD should be the favorites here.
Yes.
And I would agree with that. Shishi, we have seen at big tournaments in the biggest competition. But Sini, Fast, and Shun, yeah, we've seen them online, but they were never really the big hitters for any team or in any solo competition.
Yeah, that's true. But with the importance of 2-on-2 as well, never underestimate them. If they have good teamwork, good strats laid out, it's not too bad. So RW, their next clan war is on April 23. That is in exactly 1 week against UMAD. And 1 day later against NP. So the team of Shishi that UMAD is playing later. Looks doable for them. They could run away on top of that league. LP next week, they have only 1 clan war against Moon, Michael, and Thunder. Not to be underestimated either, but they should go into this as the favorite too, in my opinion. So we have a new sub. Thank you, Kladai, for the tier 2 sub even. That is very, very wonderful because our share is bigger. And Alaska State Warcraft 3 team, €10 donation. Can you sum up in 14 seconds the best orc set I should play versus meta human? And like always, nice casting, dudes. Thanks.
Watch pro replays and streams. I can't concisely give you an answer.
Distract with the Farseer. Harass, build a TC, creep up to level 5, stun for 5 seconds, kill everything else. That's my pro tip for you. We take a little bit of a break to get some food in. And then we're back in 10 minutes with UMAT, our Western team, versus NP. See you in a bit.